Is that a video or a picture?
Video.
What did you say? Stop heckling! I'm just kidding. Okay, we have 3 more comedians for you. So, guys, I'm really glad that you stuck around because these guys are awesome. Please welcome to the stage Ariel Kiskalov.
So when people look at this, they get a little confused, right? They don't know what to think because, sure, some of you have gone to college, and you open up a textbook and you see, on the front cover you see 6 people studying. There's usually a black guy, a Hispanic guy, an Asian, a woman, sometimes they throw in an Arab or a Muslim, and then finally they throw somebody like me. And you know, when they were creating the book, the publisher was like, we got all the minority groups, but let's add a guy that looks like a filler to make sure we don't offend anybody. And that's what I am. I'm society's filler. You know, I'm not too white, not too black. I'm not threatening. But I do think that white guys are kind of skeptical of me. Like really white guys, like from the sticks of Iowa, they're a little skeptical because they know that eventually, in 1 generation, everybody's going to look like me, and then in 2 generations, everybody's going to look like Obama. So, but my future wife, she made the right choice because she looked at me and she realized I don't know what this is, but I might as well evolve. Right? So out of all of those groups, I definitely identify the most, I think, with like the Middle Eastern and the Muslim community, even though I'm Jewish. But I think the main identifier with them is I have a lot of hair. I shaved today, but generally I have a lot of hair. I have a lot of hair on my chest. And I like it. Like I'm not afraid of it. Like I usually at work I don't wear an undershirt. I unbutton a couple buttons. And I think that's good. I think the Western world really is kind of like paranoid about hair. Even with women, like, right? We serenade our women. We propose to them. We marry them. They have our kids, and then we want them to shave everything so they look like a 12-year-old. Right? And then same with guys, you know, we're so afraid, but I guess in this world and in the Western world with all the stereotypes, I guess it's good that we like to shave, like that it's proper, because imagine somebody like me or even somebody like Obama not shaving, having a lot of facial hair. You know, Obama would never be president, I would never be president. The only headline you would have is another terrorist bypasses the TSA and then declares that he's running for president. Right? So that could never happen. But in reality, I look very ambiguous, but in reality, I'm Russian. I don't look Russian, but I am. And I've been in this country for a long time, but I'm still kind of on the Russian eating schedule. I eat, the biggest meal when I'm at home, I eat between like 1 or 4 p.m. And I really don't get why it's so popular in this country to eat the biggest meal between 7 and 9 p.m., right? And generally Americans have less sex than the rest of the Western world. And to me that makes sense because, you know, it's hard to have sex when you've been intimate with a burger and fries 2 hours ago, right? And, you know, I'm trying to pull the best moves on my wife, but Shake Shack has already called dibs. So I totally get it. And on that topic, I was reading an article, I was fascinated actually, that Switzerland and Greece have the most sex, and it's 2 countries that are completely on the opposite side of the economic spectrum right now. But Switzerland, actually, this is a true statistics. The Swiss, 32% of the country has had sex in public. And not of the whole population. So you have kids, elderly, disabled, gay, straight. Out of the whole population, 32% has had sex, right? And that could never happen in the States because, you know, you have 2 kids, your husband, you make a reservation at Applebee's, and you walk through the parking lot, and somebody's getting really kinky. They're yelling out, "Daddy, I'm coming," and your daughter asks you, "Daddy, where are you coming from?" Right? So, and lastly, kind of want to end on a point. I have a lot of my coworkers here. I really don't get the whole bringing your lunch and eating at your desk, right? It's only an office thing. Like, we have a hoagie in one hand, and we're trying to type with another. Like, we're back in the 80s learning how to use the computer. Like a bunch of retards. But, and you never see this in a non-office workspace, right? You go to a Best Buy, and you don't see like a Best Buy employee walking the floor, hoagie in one hand, getting bacon bits all over your new iPhone. You're not gonna see that, right? And then take it to an extreme point. You have a lot of high-end call girls in DC, right? And you're not gonna be at like a Potbelly's and see 3 call girls in front of you, and one of them is just getting really upset, like really nervous, looking at the clock, and they're like Becky, what's wrong? And she's like, I don't know, I'm just really stressed right now. I think I'm gonna have to take it back. I'm really getting flamed at work tonight, so I'm just gonna have to take it back. All right, everybody, thank you.
Woo! Give it up for Ariel, everybody. Guys, that was his second time doing comedy. Wasn't he fucking awesome?
Yeah,
Let him hear it. That was great.